But everybody and their mother knows that the internet bullied Akaash off of the podcast because of all the ruthless lampooning and mean comments in just about
what? Akaash deserved it. He should have been bullied maybe, 15 years ago whenever he married her. This should have happened when he was in his 20s. Like, bro, what do you mean you're still a virgin? Oh, I just want to find the right... Bro, she's gonna destroy you! What 31-year-old man hooks up with a 22-year-old girl and claims that says that he's a virgin and expects her to be a virgin when she's like, I was popping my poo. It is officially over for Akaash Singh, at least on the Flagrant podcast. His wife has ruined him to the point that he had to quit his very lucrative job being Andrew Schultz lackey, laughing at every joke like a retarded seal.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I think that was more than 15 seconds. I think I can say retarded. Before, Akaash was known as that weird guy on the Flagrant who's always like, like, bro, that joke wasn't that funny. Now he's known as possibly the biggest simp who ever existed.
I was
popping my pussy
and living my best life in these
white boy frat houses,
and I had a roster of guys that I would
rotate through.
Whose wife practically ruined his life. It's over. I did a video about a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. It's hilarious and kind of sad and pathetic, the extent to which Akaash has been ruined by his wife. So here's Andrew Schultz recently. This must have been, because all the comments, that's the thing though, all the comments cucked out of his own. Look at this, man, these comments, every single comment on the Flagrant podcast for the past 5 months, all the comments have been about Akaash. Poor Akaash, his lady sunk his battleship. Most telling is he's not even saying farewell to the podcast himself. This is how me and the boys talk after a funeral. Cucked out of his own show. Jocelyn, you watching? You did this. And that's the thing though, I've seen the recent Jocelyn interview from maybe a couple of weeks back. And she, like, no even sense of accountability. Like, I mean, these trolls, these insults. No! You're the one who, nobody said, I was popping my pussy. Nobody said that except for you. Oh, college frat boys roster rotate around, my asshole was sore. They're like, shut up. You ruined your man's career. Anyways, let's see what they have to say.
Welcome to What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Schultz here, Alex Media, Marky Gagnon.
What's up, Alex? This guy was the one who's like, oh, black. Oh, how can you not like black? Yeah, you see, I like Myron. I mean, say what you will about him, but he doesn't miss. He called it earlier. Now there's this whole Abba and Preach, Abba scandal with this baby mama, whatever. That whole drama I was following it up on yesterday. I should probably do. It's like, you could criticize the Red Pill for what it is. They do have some cringe takes, especially Fresh. Think about this. What is Fresh even up to? I don't want to go on the Fresh tirade, but goddamn. You could criticize them all you want, but Myron, like, he gets it on point and he calls it early. That's the thing, though. He calls it early before the news breaks. He's like, hey, man, you got to be careful with these women. Akaash is like, that's so corny.
Here's the thing. One person in the relationship, whoever cares less, has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less. We want the man to always have the leverage.
Childish as fuck.
And you guys might not like hearing that.
Childish.
But we truly feel.
I'm not. These aren't new beliefs, bro. You're not telling me some shit none of us have ever heard. We all heard this from fraternity guys in college. I'm saying there's room in and I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff you say. I just think there is room for growth, and you guys' refusal to acknowledge it almost kind of proves it to me, confirms it to me that you guys are not willing to grow right now.
That's so corny. Oh, Akaash, who's corny now? This guy lost probably maybe $100,000 round about a month. That's probably how much he was making from, personally, maybe 50,000, maybe 80,000. But himself personally, he was probably getting that much from the Flagrant podcast. I mean, I'm sure they still, give him royalties or whatever, just to, appease him. But it's not going to be the same. His wife literally cost him money. Not just... okay, let's see what... Let's... Sorry, I'm starting to sound like Fresh. But let's see what the funeral...
It's back there. Yes, and we're on the West Coast. Thank you, Alex Media, for hosting us in WTF Media Los Angeles studios. Beautiful, lovely.
Nice.
Don't you guys dare say you like this better. Okay? We spent way too much money on that podcast studio in New York City. But come check out the podcast here if you guys are in town. Now, we got to address the elephant in the room, no pun intended. Okay? As I'm sure you guys are aware, our boy Akaash, he really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City.
He went through it. What does that mean? Like, speak specifics. His wife was exposed as a whore by her own mouth. No, she didn't have to say anything. She Nav's dick. She kept on talking about her friend's husband's dick. I'm sure your husband's dick is at least 10 inches long or thick. And then I want to have an orgy because Naz is so sexy. I want to have an orgy with Akaash sitting right there. Come on, man. Is that him going through it, Andrew? Akaash was going through it. Is that it?
Showed amazing resilience and, selling out Radio City recently, setting records in Toronto, just crushing stand.
Yeah, but then his wife.
Up around the globe and literally just like living the dreams that he would tell me about at 2 a.m. when we're eating fucking egg sandwiches at Veselka. Been amazing to see, but the experience has put things in perspective for him. And he's made the decision to focus all of his energy on stand-up. He is going to be stepping away from the pod. It is bittersweet. We wish that he did not want to do that. But at the same time, it's very hard not to root for your friends, literally living his dream.
Oh, yeah. He made a decision to leave. No, bro, he was cucked out of his own show, like that comment said. That's what happened. Just say, hey, man, we told him not to marry this broad. We told him she's just a gold digger who's going to embarrass him. He didn't listen. Now here we are. I want to see Myron's response to
dreams, and if he feels he's got to give everything to that, then that's exactly what he's got to do, and we're going to rock with him. We hope you guys continue to rock with him. Go check out the show. We saw the show Radio City. It's phenomenal. You guys should absolutely go check it out. AkaashSingh.com for tickets. So we just wanted to, clear the air. Akaash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, talk to you guys about it. Thoughts, boys?
It's bittersweet because this is my brother.
Bittersweet? Like, what are they talking about? It says, Ribby. They're saying bittersweet as if. What do you mean bittersweet? What's the sweet part about it? He's quitting the podcast because his wife came out as a whore. His wife was like, I was popping my pussy and I had a roster of white guys in frat houses that I would rotate through. Oh, and I want to have an orgy with my best friend's husband because he has a 10-inch dick and he's so sexy. He's a hustler who scams, not a scammer who hustles. Are you, Paul? Yeah, you see, so what's the sweet part about it? Tell me the sweet, okay? Let's talk about the bitter. His wife embarrassed him for the whole world to see. As I said before, I'm in Kilimanjaro, so like literally the whole world. I'm in East Africa. So I know about it, and I've been following it closely. So his wife embarrassed him. His comedy itself is like, there's a lot of crowd work. So they're going to be like screening people like, hey, you guys don't have any questions about his wife, right? Right? And I saw Jasleen even commented on one of his posts like, oh, hilarious. Like, lady, you've done enough. Your podcast had like 2,000 subscribers. That's more than I have, for sure. But how could you embarrass your husband? Now they have like 30,000. And everybody's just going back. And everybody's just going back commenting, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is kind of amazing. And I think what I fear, I think the wife now just turned 30 years old. So what I fear is that Akaash is going to be... He's going to be compelled or have that need to probably be a father. Or maybe if we have a child, we can we can bond. And it'll go great for like 3-4 years, and then she'll divorce him. That's coming. She's the type, the way she speaks, with absolute zero respect for her husband, zero respect for herself being a wife. I don't care if you don't respect your husband, or I do. If you don't respect your husband, that's one thing. But if you don't respect yourself as his wife, if your husband looks like a cuck, you look like a whore. You know what I mean? So if you're out there embarrassing your husband, you're embarrassing yourself too. So now you're a source of mockery. And it's not just the incels. No, it's every normal person who's just like, what the hell is wrong with? Okay, so those are all the bitter parts. Okay, so yeah, Akaash cucked out of his own show, all that. Okay, I guess the sweetie gets to focus on comedy, on stand-up, but he could have done that. What's stopping you? Andrew's doing comedy stand-up, so what's stopping him? I'm still failing to see the sweet part of this whole equation. It's just bitter from every end, and it's like they have a talking point. Bittersweet, bittersweet. It's the third time they've said it in the in the 1 minute and a half that I've watched this video. It's like bittersweet, bittersweet, bittersweet. Like, yeah, I know the memo went out today, boys.
Clear the air. Akaash hasn't been on the pod for a while. We thought it was time that we, talk to you guys about it.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts, boys?
It's bittersweet because this is my brother. I love him. I was here day one of this podcast.
Nobody cares, bro. Nobody fucking cares. Could you get, the video's only 4 minutes long. Could you get to the part where you're talking about Akaash leaving and why?
And it's like, all right, we were started together and together. Bad boys for life.
Yeah.
Some gay shit.
Bad marriage. Shut up. Get to the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm proud of him. I'm just for life.
He's sitting like a wife. He's sitting like a woman right now. Look at this. Look at his face. Look at this. Why are you sitting like that, bro? What the hell? Why? This is like a very solemn occasion. He's sitting like at a prayer group.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm proud of him. I'm just so fucking proud. Like being at Radio City and just seeing,
Crazy.
Just everybody was animated. Like they loved it. Like,
I didn't want a review of the Radio City. This video is titled Addressing Akaash Singh Leaving and Reminiscing on Favorite Moments. You haven't even gone to the reminiscing part or addressing him leaving.
I'm just proud of him. And I think back to when we surprised him when I came home.
Literally, I get what the comment means. This literally sounds like a funeral. What, did he die? Bittersweet. It's like, imagine you're going to somebody's funeral and you're like, yeah, this is a bittersweet moment. Where's the sweet? Yeah, well, it's an open bar. And, I heard the goat meat here is nice.
From Sweden.
Oh, yeah, his reaction was incredible.
His reaction, like he didn't even care the cameras are there, jumped up, gave me the biggest fucking bear hug. I didn't know he was that strong.
Yeah, for those of you guys, maybe newer listeners, Alex got locked up when we were on tour in Sweden, and we didn't tell Akaash that he got out.
Yeah.
And then there's an earlier episode where he just bursts in the room and Akaash sees him for the first time, thinking he was in jail the whole time. And Akaash just goes crazy and it was just pure love. It was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie, early fragrant. I think this old studio setup, I think I might have watched maybe towards the last few shows in this setup before they had the whole couch thing. And by the time they set up on the couch, it was like, oh, that's dope. It was so cool for a few months. And then somewhere along the way, I just, I never actively, hated it or anything like that. But I just stopped watching. I'm like, I don't gotta watch those guys. I don't gotta listen to that. And then they just became weirdos out of seemingly nowhere. When I came back, I'm like, what's going on here? Why is Akaash laughing like a goddamn animal? It's not that funny.
I love you, brother, but we'll see each other, so it's all good.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's cool to see all the the venues he's selling out and everything that he's doing. I remember even when I very first came to New York, riding in an Uber with him, and he was talking about this exact thing.
This is a eulogy. They're eulogizing Akaash. It is a funeral. The funeral of Akaash Singh's career. That should be the title of this video.
He's like, yeah, man, the pod's cooking, but I want to be that guy. And then now he's doing all the stuff he said. Yeah. And, it's just really exciting. As a comic, I think we can understand. It's dude, you have an opportunity. I mean, he's going to be an MSG soon.
Go get it.
You know what I mean?
Go get it.
It's cool to see. Yeah. And I remember the very first clip of this pod I ever saw before I was even on it was Premium Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that clip? It's back in Engine Room, and he's trying to describe the length of his penis. And he holds up a remote.
Yeah, he goes, somebody goes, you ever seen a TV remote? And then Akaash goes, you take the batteries out of that. Bro, I'll never forget, and the internet will never let me forget the moment of Akaash just walking me down a logic thread where about effort.
Oh, effort. Oh, yeah.
And he just knows that I'm about to just eat my fucking own ass. And then, it's just the effort. And then he gets up and does this Indian dance in front of me.
He made me root for the Cowboys,
Never.
Because now that he's not a Cowboys fan, it makes me happy to see the Cowboys win. You know what I mean?
Am I going crazy or are they actually eulogizing him? So Akaash is not in the show anymore. So that's essentially what they're getting at. Now, this is the channel, The Comedy Historian. I really like this channel. He really gets to the point. No ad breaks, no nothing. And he just breaks it down nicely. The best advertisement for the red pill, Akaash Singh. Yeah, you could say that again. Absolute embarrassment. So I guess everybody's reacting to it. So let's see what they have to say. I'm just gonna breeze through this.
Akaash, she really went through it earlier this year, showed amazing resilience.
Akaash is no longer going to be on the Flagrant podcast, and instead of addressing the real reason why this is
Yeah,
happening,
they didn't even address like, oh my God, I remember episode 419 when and then Akaash was dancing like a fucking retarded Indian chicken. Ha ha ha, good times. Like, bro, we want to hear you guys say why Akaash left the podcast. And like, there's such pussies for comedians. They're like, oh yeah, my brother, I love you. Did he die? No, let's talk about what happened. It's so fucking phony and such cowards. Why is Akaash not talking about this actually? Why isn't he like on the podcast like, hey, listen guys, you all know what happened last year. We don't have to get into the details, but yeah, some shit went down. Me and my wife, you know, it rocked our relationship a little bit. Obviously, my career took a hit. So for that, I'm going to be stepping back from the podcast for a while. That's it. That's all you have to say. And then you can start to reminiscing or whatever as if he died. But why are you such cowards? Oh, gosh. Oh, he's doing so well. He's going to do MSG soon. Oh, my God.
to be on the Flagrant podcast, and instead of addressing the real reason why this is happening, they try to give it a positive spin, and it comes off very corporate and hollow because anybody with eyes...
They released a press release, like they had talking points. Oh, the bittersweet. It's like, yeah, it's bittersweet. Like, really? What's the sweet part? I still don't get that. Like, it's bitter. Guys, remember, bittersweet.
in ears knows the real reason that Akaash left the Flagrant podcast. But the real question is, what does Bert Kreischer think about all of this? All right, I'm sorry for putting you all through that. I know Podcast Cringe and Too Lazy to Try and probably every other goddamn channel in existence has already covered this, but I decided I wanted to talk about it too and follow up because I did discuss this possibility in my recent video on Akaash and his insane fallout after his wife started running her mouth completely unchecked. Flagrant tried to make it seem like he was just focusing on stand-up and the podcast was getting in the way and how this is a positive move for him to put all his eggs into stand-up, but everybody and their mother knows that the internet bullied Akaash off of the podcast because of all the ruthless lampooning and mean comments in just about every...
what? Akaash deserved it. He should have been bullied maybe, 15 years ago, whenever he married her. This should have happened when he was in his 20s. Like, bro, what do you mean you're still a virgin? Oh, I just want to find the right... Bro, she's going to destroy you! What 31-year-old man hooks up with a 22-year-old girl and claims that says that he's a virgin and expects her to be a virgin when she's like, I was popping my pussy, roster, college, frat boys, my asshole was sore. And that's the first woman he's ever been in a relationship with. Absolute imbecile.
comment section where he's mentioned or on the video. I want to get to the rest of this podcast clip from Flagrant though, because something about it really rubs me the wrong way and feels odd. Podcast Cringe said it feels like a funeral for somebody who is still alive, and I really can't think of a better way to put it than that. Just watch it for yourself.
It's bittersweet because this is my brother. I love him. I was here day one of this podcast, and it's like, all right, we were started together and together. Bad boys for life. Yeah. Some gay shit. Yeah. But yeah, man.
Gay shit. I'm glad you said it. This guy's so fucking weird. I hate this guy so much. It's nice because he doesn't he's not center stage. So you mostly focus on Akaash's weird nature. But every time this guy gets to talk for a long time, it's like, ugh. Yeah, we were here, bad boys for life. What are you talking about, bro? What the hell are you talking about?
Proud of him. I'm just so fucking proud. I'm just proud of him. And
I remember even when I very first came to New York, riding in an Uber with him, and he was talking about this exact thing. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, man, the pod's cooking, but I want to be that guy. And then now he's doing all the stuff he said. Yeah. And, yeah, it's just really exciting.
Dude, the comments say it all. Poor Akaash, his lady sunk his battleship. Jasleen, you watching? You did this, laughing emoji. This is how me and the boys talk after a funeral, LOL. Most telling is he's not saying farewell to the podcast himself. This is absolutely brutal to read, but that last comment is a really good point. You would think that being on a podcast for a long time and everything that it's done to help and cement his career as it is right now, that he would come and say farewell to the audience himself. But for some reason, Akaash has distanced himself from the show and avoided that option altogether. And my only guess is that he didn't want the smoke that came with appearing once again after.
That's literally it. You know, one day he was like, Andrew, I think I should give a farewell. You know, Andrew's like, listen, bro, there is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do or say that can change your circumstances. This is your life now. It is over. Sorry, just walk away. That was very loud. I hope people are not thinking that I'm weird here. Yeah, just walk away, bro. You don't, it's like, you know that meme that, listen, just walk away. Like, nobody cares to hear your voice. If anything, that's just gonna, people will put you on a thumbnail from the video. It'll be hilarious or like edited to you. Like, oh, make him look retarded Indian. And then that'll be the thumbnail. And then it's like, just walk away, bro. Don't give them any more thumbnails. So, yeah, that was definitely a conversation that was had. But apart from that, I think it's pathetic. And I think it's just pure cowardice from the whole group. This is what Flagrant has become. And I won't play it now, but I'll show it next time. Kuna nyama pale kidogo. Sasa sijaunga. Amna roiko na amna nyanya. You can check it out. Yeah, so it's just cowardice because there's no reason why you can't just, you know, if it's awkward, if it's uncomfortable, if it's embarrassing and humiliating, sour, okay. Sorry, slipping into my Swahili. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. You're a human being. You're allowed to be humiliated. You're allowed to be embarrassed. You're allowed to be awkward. But face it, you know, you're a man too, right? Oh, Akaash. And even those fucking 4 cowards sitting there, oh, my brother, he's going to do Madison Square Garden. I remember back then, Akaash was laughing when I came out of jail in Sweden. That's like a high school dormitory, a Swedish jail. This guy probably tried to hide fucking drugs in his whatever. I hate that. I hate that it's a lack of masculinity. I imagine, like, let's go back to Myron again. I imagine as it happened, when shit happened with Fresh, you know what they did? As stupid as Fresh is, as retarded as that man may be, that ugly Goomba, he actually faced it head on. And he's like, all right, yeah, whatever. And he was stupid about it. And he said too much stupid shit. Even Myron, and they had a lawyer on one time to be like, hey, relax, dude, stop saying too much. But they talked about it, because that's what they do. You can't just go on a podcast and then just like leave without saying goodbye and have your friends be like, yes, he was a good man. I remember back in 1994, we were just coming out the door, walking through the hallway. He was like, yo. Okay, they're not rappers, but still, anyways.
That monstrosity of an appearance with his wife back when the Jasleen drama first started. I feel like not only is Akaash trying to avoid the cuck comments by leaving, but his wife probably also played a huge hand in his decision for him to leave because of Andrew's opinions on the matter. Now, whether you hate Andrew or love him, I know that as a longtime friend of Akaash, he probably gave him the God's honest truth behind closed doors and off camera. If you watch the clip of Charlemagne the God and Andrew talking about...
that Andrew was like, bro, no, I think the opposite. I think Andrew was probably like, listen, if you're going to leave, don't say goodbye. Just leave. There's no point, you know, because it's not going to be what you need. Yeah.
About the drama with Akaash and his wife, you can put 2 and 2 together and pick up how Andrew really feels about the situation.
Yo, free Akaash, man. Free Akaash. Free Akaash. Keep your wife off the
motherfucking internet. Why does your wife have a microphone?
Steven watch this and be like, oh my God, such insult misogyny behavior. It's giving like, that's the type of woman. You ever meet a woman like that who's just so unreasonable, so disrespectful, so entitled, so airheaded that it's like her attitude. Just shut the fuck up. Your husband is making millions. Love that man. Cherish him. Respect him. Obey him. And I God, did you just say obey? But Akaash is such a fucking, like, you know, that's why it's hard to take him, you know, to have too much sympathy for him. Because it's like it's so corny. Akaash is like, you know, yeah, bro, that's what you get. Now wait till that divorce. It'll probably be her idea to have a child. No, it'll bring us together. Let's have a child. They'll have a child. Literally, the child won't even be 18 months old. Maybe 24 months. 2 years old, I'm telling you. The child will be 2 years old before she's like, bam, divorce. In 3-4 years' time, there'll be a whole new saga of Akaash. Oh, Akaash got took for this. Oh, Akaash's special gaslit is now officially under the Jasleen Singh Incorporated. She's not done with him. She's not done with him. Oh, Akaash. What's going to happen? What does he think is going to happen if you don't have a podcast, if you're not doing your podcast? He better start streaming by himself. But even that is not going to help. All the comments will still be about his wife. You see what I mean by she ruined his life? It's over forever and ever and ever. In perpetuum, perpetually, it's over. His life is, okay, let's say he sells out Madison Square Garden 5 times. Then he does a crazy world tour. Then he just blows up. And then he goes on and then what? Then he has to go on talk shows and podcasts. And you know what all the comments are going to be? About his wife. God damn it! It's over. You know what? We're done here.